Hey, Nagani, Tony Stagliano here again with Irontown Talk, and we're wrapping up our series on the Teal Lake plan. Now, we've talked a lot about the aesthetics of the whole thing and what it might look like, but I want you to remember that there is a real and significant climate and environment aspect to this plan too. Check it out.
This is related to this long-running Marquette area climate and health adaptation project. And so all of the designs that we discussed and presented were done so in that vein or under that theme of climate adaptation. And one kind of theme that came out was, the importance of keeping the shoreline in as much of a natural state as possible. Certainly people wanted to see some enhancements there from recreation, but let's try to do this in a sensitive way where we still have kind of a natural theme or feeling to that end of the lake. A couple of the concerns that we are honing in on would be related to stormwater. That's why a lot of the design ideas do have design measures or interventions to try to reduce the amount of impervious surface, thinking of parking lots and things like that, but also create solutions that slow down any runoff that we can't get rid of. And then, with warmer temperatures, particularly in the summer months, there is a potential for, more harmful bacteria growth in our lakes for swimming. And so, again, that's where trying to reduce the amount of nutrients going into that lake will help. Adding more trees and shade along the shoreline will help to keep some of those water temperatures a little lower.
One of the things I think that people realize in being part of this study, because the public was part of this study, was that they didn't realize how impactful they may have been on the lake itself. We now are saying, okay, we know what we're doing to this lake, we know what this lake could be, so we are the only ones that can make that change happen, so let's do it.
I'm encouraged by the city already getting started on little steps in implementation. And I'm really excited about how the school, might look at this resource a little differently going forward.
So what are the next steps? How does the city proceed from here?
The next step in any plan that will be carried out that we've talked about today will involve a number of processes here. So community input is definitely one of the big ones. Having it listed in our capital improvements plan will be another one. Budgeting for it, engineering for it, those are all things that are going to be part of that. And a lot of those things sometimes happen simultaneously until we get to the point where we have the final approval.
And then it's kind of working our way down the shoreline and identifying funding sources, because really that's the big hang up on everything, is just funding. Money doesn't just fall from the sky. You have to find it and you have to use it, appropriately.
And this is probably what we'll be doing with most of these projects, is obtaining some type of grant for them. And then after we get that grant, we will put the project out for bid, because it'll all be spec'd out. And once that bid goes out, then we'll be able to award that bid to somebody and then make an announcement when that project will actually break ground.
So what can you do to voice your input on these efforts?
I would say that if you're interested in wanting to get involved in seeing where we are in the process of some of these projects, how you might be able to be involved in this or voice your opinion, you should look to our Facebook and our website to see when these meetings might be.
We hope the residents of the city of Nagani, are on board with seeing some improvements on the shoreline there. It's not like we want to change it drastically. We just want to make it a little bit more inviting for not only the residents of the city of Nagani, but also visitors.
I'm just asking folks to have an open mind to some of these ideas and the concept of protecting this lake, and doing what we can together as a community to make sure that we can carry through some of the ideas and maybe come up with some even better ideas that will keep this resource for years to come.
So things are moving forward for Teal Lake. Next time on Irontown Talk, we'll bring it downtown and talk about the Commercial Rehabilitation District and what it might mean for potential development downtown. We'll see you on Iron Street.